So ONLYPULT is perfect if you want to focus on Instagram only. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a quick walkthrough of the scheduling platform that we at Vision Paradox used for a very long time. It's called ONLYPULT. It's an insanely powerful scheduling platform. It actually auto schedules for you, because I know some of the other scheduling platforms require you to actually approve from a push notification, but this one just goes straight through, whether it's either video or for your photos. It lets you tag people, geolocate, and that's something that Later and Hootsuite just don't have. Even though we are going to be switching to Later, which is one of the other scheduling platforms that you can use. Just a heads up, this is not a free software. Hootsuite's free and Later is free for one free account with certain limitations. But ONLYPULT, I think right off the bat, I'm going to take a look right here. The minimum is $10 a month, because I think this is with the intention of people who are using Instagram for marketing. So if you are managing more than one account and you really want to try to automate it, this is a really good way to go about it. One of the reasons that we're actually going to be switching to Later is because of the flexibility in the content distribution. That's what I really love about it. So it's just really good on that end. Who knows, we might switch back to this because of how powerful this is in regards to strictly Instagram alone. So let's take a look at ONLYPULT. So you log in. This is just a quick overview of what you can do. Single post, which is obviously one picture. Gallery, which is the swipe kind of feature that you have. Let's see, I'm not really going to go through how you do all this, because one thing that kind of turns me off with ONLYPULT is how long it can take to upload content, particularly with video. When it comes to photos, you can schedule multiple photos at once. So this is one of the things I like right here. Multiple. Let's actually just do a quick example for you guys so you see what the heck I'm talking about. Let's just pick this one random Philippines trip. So over here, my trip to the Philippines. So what I like about this is that you can drag and drop literally all these photos and it'll schedule all of that for you, which is huge. This is great if you have a lot of new content that you have, photo shoots, micro content. So this allows you to upload a lot. I think I put too much, honestly, guys. But once that's done, I'll go to the next step. And then all you've got to do, since we're here, we're going to go a little bit more in depth of what you can do for all these images. Right now, what you're seeing is me scheduling multiple posts using ONLYPULT. What you can do is you can add a general description for all of them. La 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 la. Adds it to all of them, and then adds general first comment. This is going back into using hashtags in the first comment. If you haven't watched the video on Instagram's new policies and algorithm updates, pretty much anyone who uses hashtags in the first comment, it's not going to be as effective as it was like a year ago. It still works for some people, but for those who overdo it and who have abused it, it's not going to work as well. There's something called shadow banning. I recommend you guys checking that out. So if you still want to use it, you can use that hashtag, just because I don't feel like being uber creative right now. And you can add that, and that would be your first comment right here. Boom. Which is pretty awesome. And you can do that throughout all your pictures. And then here, I'm only up to the 17th, and you can push OK. Just push at whatever date you want. So it's pretty cool. And then just going into more hashtags. So it gives you recommended hashtags, gives you emojis to work with. I don't recommend doing this, because if you don't want the white bars on your posts, try to go here. The more space you can take, so generally when it comes to Instagram, like if you put a landscape video, it'll probably just be this much. I'm looking at myself right now. If you put a landscape photo, what you want to try to do, if you want to keep it square so you can actually take up more space, because that's where the attention is. If your content is only taking up this much space, there's the rest of your competition is taking up here. So try to take up as much space, either through your content. So either have a big ass picture taking up most of the screen, or if you're going to go with a small photo, have a long caption, so that way you capture the attention of your user audience, or whoever's going to be taking a look at your content. So that's just a quick little pro tip right there. So next, I normally don't use any filters on here. I like doing the editing myself on Photoshop. You can tag right here, this little icon. and you pick the person. That's me. You gotta know their Instagram profile, otherwise you're a terrible friend. That's me, tagged, and save. You can geotag as well. Boom. I'm just gonna say Los Angeles because that's where I'm at. Geotag, and boom. It covers a lot of ways of distribution already. Not just, you share content, but you distribute it through the hashtags, through the tagging, and through the geotag, which is 3 basic ways of distributing your content already. So that's just one of the powerful ways of using ONLYPULT. And you can upload to your stories. So if you have a photo that's vertical formatted, boom, you can upload it. Make sure it is actually formatted for the phone and not for like wide horizontal. Then let's see what else there is. Favorites is useful for when you have an account that's more curating. So say you're a meme account and all you do is share memes. Pretty much just look up, I don't know, Daquan is one of them. Search is a famous meme account. And then all you gotta do is head on over here, add them to your favorites list so you can keep an eye on them, or you can just repost right there. And boom, all of it's right here. And save, and it'll all be automatically scheduled. The analytics tool is pretty decent. Look at that. This is when I started cleaning up my followers. I noticed that I had some bot followers that was really killing me in my engagement. At the minute I did that, engagement was getting better. So this shows pretty much the growth, the engagement. This doesn't really tell me much. It just tells me the date, optimization. Okay, so let's say you want to find the best time. By the way, Instagram Insights already does a really, really good job showing you the best time and day. Just heads up, that's a really good way of finding out, your best times to post. This one right here, right off the bat, Monday at 3 o'clock is a good time to post, or when people are most active. So what I would do is probably post 30 minutes before, the hot times, by days. And right down here is just the best hashtags to work with based off your more recent posts. Overall, as you can see, ONLYPULT is a pretty powerful scheduling tool for Instagram, and because it allows you to do a lot of the things that you do on your phone, but scheduled. You can geotag, you can tag, you can put the hashtags, you can add a first comment, and you can do it at scale. The only thing that you can't bulk upload is videos, and it honestly takes maybe 2 or 3 minutes for one video to upload. And the file size when it comes to uploading content to ONLYPULT is about 35 megabytes. So that means you got to compress it a lot. So if you don't know how to use Adobe Premiere or even Encoder, that might be a small drawback for you. Not only that, there's no mobile app version of this software that you can use on your phone. I mean, you can access the website, you can upload the content there straight from your phone. It gets a little glitchy, especially when you start trying to add comments. For some reason, I think I've done this on both the iPhone and Android. When you try to schedule write down a caption, the screen just freaks out. And it goes back down to the video size issue. If you are filming something from your phone directly, that file size might end up being huge, and if you try to upload it and schedule it through ONLYPULT, it's not gonna upload because that video might be too big. So that's the kind of the technical drawbacks of that, but overall I think it's an insanely powerful tool. One thing that kind of irks me as well is the process of logging in. I'm just gonna do this straight from the beginning with Vision Paradox. Delete. Okay, so when it comes to here, first off, make sure on your phone that 2-factor notification, I think, is turned off. I think that's one of the things they ask when you add Instagram. This is quite a process. Instagram account is not private. You have the email and everything. I have access. You're logged on to this, so make sure you're logged on because you have to go through a process of that. So log on to Vision Paradox. It has free posts. 2-factor authentication disabled. All right, so let's log in. Wow, this took a while. What just happened? There we go. Oh, okay. So generally, this is what happens when right after you check all the boxes, you input your password. You actually have to go to this account confirmation. You have to go on to your phone and actually push "It's me," okay, and then done, and then it gives ONLYPULT full access to the account. Unlike Hootsuite and later, just put in your Instagram, log in, boom, you're in. So setup for this is a little bit of a hassle considering how much more power that ONLYPULT has over Hootsuite later and a lot of the other scheduling platforms I've used. It's really good if you're super focused on Instagram alone. Overall, if you're trying to distribute to multiple platforms depending on your content strategy, I would say I personally would say try something else that gives you that kind of flexibility. There's obviously you want to post content that's native to the platform, but at the same time you want to be smart with your time. So ONLYPULT is perfect if you want to focus on Instagram only, because it allows you to schedule multiple posts immediately, manage a lot of accounts, geotag, tag, hashtag, auto schedule stories, which at this moment in time I don't think there's any scheduling platform that has that. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and walkthrough of how to use ONLYPULT for yourself and how powerful it is. Let me know if you guys got any questions or if you guys have any scheduling platforms that you use yourself. I'd love to hear what you use. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Emeroy TV, the place to move, groove, and grow. And today is Biz Tuesday. That means I'm sharing with you guys social media marketing tips for this day and age. It is 2018. This video might not be relevant if you're watching it in 2025. So if it's your first time ever checking out any of my content, welcome. Glad to have you. And if you're a subscriber and you've already checked out my stuff, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite scheduling platforms, ONLYPULT. So, all right. So when it comes to, what's the problem? So let's see that. So when it comes to sharing your content, it can be pretty time consuming if so in this whole era. All right, so the most common piece of advice. I just realized there's a kind of a small echo in this corner of the room. Anyways, so all right, yeah, that's a fuck. All right, so we all know how important it is to be consistent on social media, especially if you're trying to build up your personal brand, your startup, your business, anything. You can't deny the fact how important social media is. But the thing is, staying consistent can be pretty hard, especially insanely busy schedule. Meetings, trainings for your employees, workshops. So wouldn't it be much more convenient to schedule your best content ahead of time, so that way you can focus on things that matter, or you can focus on creating more content? Because the thing is, the minute you post your content, you have to think about the next piece of content, and the next piece of content, and the next piece of content. Wouldn't it just be more convenient to schedule everything all at once, your best pieces of content, and be able to distribute it without you having to always be in the driver's side, without you always having to be behind the wheel? So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So today I'm going to be doing a quick walkthrough of one of my favorite. All right, so today I'm going to be doing a quick walkthrough of one of my favorite scheduling platforms for Instagram, ONLYPULT. I think that's good.